Hello, my name is Bethany Lemansky. I'm the owner and creative designer at Gwendolyn Events. Gwendolyn Events was founded in 2006, shortly after Hurricane Katrina. We started off as an entertainment company, but swiftly moved into providing full DMC services. Our clients know us best for our creativity, our attention to detail, and our high level of customer service. We work directly with entertainers. We own all of our own costumes and props and are able to give great pricing because we have direct contact with all of these elements. For those of y'all that don't know us, I want to share some of our biggest and most challenging events. Starbucks came to New Orleans in 2008 after Hurricane Katrina to go ahead and put some money into the economy to support us after that big storm. We were the lead DMC on site to assist with their general opening reception. This reception was 10,000 of their store managers attend. We set up over 50 food vendors. We had over 30 artisan vendors so they could support the small artisans. We had 30 plus bars, 16 stages, and took over 4 city blocks in New Orleans. It was the biggest event post-Katrina that the city had seen. We were delighted to be a part of that. Our small but mighty moment came when the Port of Long Beach was looking for a DMC to host their event here in New Orleans. We went up against the biggest DMCs in the city and were able to win the business. We did such a great job for them, they asked us to go with them to Long Beach the following year, where they hosted their Port Authority Conference. Our event impossible, I would call it, was with Online News Association in 2019. This was a setup in which the morning of a 3,000 person event, we were told by the venue that they were double booked and we needed to find another place to go. Of course, we were a little stressed because a lot of our team was already working within the ONA conference. So our core team were able to turn around in a matter of 6 hours, a new venue, entertainment, lighting, restroom trailers, organizing catering, working with the new bar plan. It was quite an event impossible. And how did it go? It turned out to be one of the best events ONA had ever hosted. One of our favorite clients is New Orleans & Company, formerly the CVB of New Orleans. In 2017, we won the bid to provide entertainment at the convention center for Connect Marketplace. Not only were we able to showcase great talent at the conference, but we also were awarded the closing party in which we highlighted the transition from New Orleans to the next host city, Salt Lake. In 2019, we were honored to work on the inaugural CVB Governor's Luncheon held at the Hyatt. We provided things including tablescapes with custom floral centerpieces and branding, entertainment, and we were able to work with the CVB and their amazing team on the production of the keynote with Governor John Bell Edwards. Since 2016, we've been awarded the bid for the National Tourism and Travel Week parades. This has been a wonderful experience and it's evolved into quite a few different things. We were able to, at the last minute, assist the organization with the rebranding extravaganza. This was built into a pre-event before one of the parades that we did for National Tourism Travel Week. We were able to quickly turn around custom pieces that kept the branding highlighted throughout the event. So here we are, moving from in-person events into the virtual world. This can be really challenging for a lot of event planning companies, but for ours, it's actually been very exciting. Our co-founder, Michael Pyle, has a world of knowledge in tech. He's a web designer, an AV tech, a graphic designer. He's produced music for commercials. He's done a lot in the tech world. So he's really been at the forefront of making our transition to the virtual world quite natural. We couldn't also do it without our Senior Operations Manager, Carolyn Lawton, who has always had her eye on tech. She has been working on our social media for years and has grown it to be inclusive of so many new followers. She takes pictures on site. She's a constant media guru and is quite tech savvy. For me, as the incoming VP of Education for MPI, just as all of this was happening, that has been such a lifeline into the virtual education world. Because when life gives you punches, sometimes you just gotta jump into the ring. So with all the virtual things happening, it was time to go back to school and get educated. So our team decided to move forward with getting certified as virtual meeting managers. With all these new skills, we've jumped headfirst into virtual events and have been honored to work with some great clients. For MPI Global, their Chapter Business Summit, we were honored to bring in some New Orleans talent to showcase and get everyone hyped up for the event. For QuickBooks Global, we got creative. We brought in a DJ who also breakdances, and we had him demonstrate the features of Zoom. Not everyone knows how to do Zoom, but this was a great way to learn. Not only did he hype everyone up and do his dance moves, but he also really did instruct them on how the features of Zoom work.
For those of you unfamiliar with Zoom, we want to run through a few of the key features. Now, to find the toolbar, scroll over the Zoom screen and the toolbar will pop up on the bottom like so. Now, the mute is on the left side of the toolbar. Click it to turn it on or off. The mute. Next to the mute is the video icon. Click the video icon to turn it on or off. This is helpful if you're having a snack and you don't want everyone to see.
With Tulane University, we've been working with them for years and have always provided entertainment for their orientation. They reached out to us about providing entertainment for their virtual orientation this year. So we offered to assist them and help them organize it all into a platform, a virtual venue for their virtual orientation. They jumped on board and we did the research to find the best platform that was going to work for them and what their needs were going to be. Platform sourcing can be a little challenging. There's so much out there. But with the research from our team, we were able to focus in on the thing that was going to offer everything from sessions to networking, ways to really replicate what they would have done in an in-person meeting online and virtually. The sessions were super exciting and we got to highlight tons of New Orleans entertainment. And now all those students have a bit more familiarity with New Orleans, whether they're here in person or taking their classes virtually. One of the things that our team is really strong on is media design. And with virtual events, if you don't have good media, it can be very boring. So we were able to create fun media design elements for Tulane that incorporated their branding and then created great backgrounds and borders and all sorts of elements within the platform that they could highlight their branding. This also included branded interviews, icons, tons of things that kept the branding in-house but also was highlighting the entertainment that was around it. So working with speakers and talent in the virtual world is quite different than coming from in-person events. You'd be surprised how much it takes to put together a really good entertainer virtually. That's why we work diligently on the pre-end to make sure that all of the talent and speakers feel really comfortable. I'm sure that, like me, you've been on a webinar and you've seen the speaker and you're just constantly distracted by what's behind them. One of the things that we do is make sure that the entire quality of the talent and the speaker presentation are top-notch. We work with the speaker not only on the design of their setup, whether that's with a green screen or just tidying up the back or choosing a place in their home or office that's going to work the best for their presentation, but also making sure that they have good audio, good internet connection, and good video. Because all of those things together are what's going to make their attendees enjoy the presentation and be focused on it. And when the attendees are happy and the client shines, well, then we're doing the best job that we can for our clients. It's that kind of customer service and attention to detail that even with in-person events translates so easily when we do things like this. So take a look at what we did with Ian McNulty, New Orleans food writer. This is what we did before doing our live interview with Tulane. We did a pre-recorded interview just in case he couldn't make it.
Hey everybody, my name's Ian McNulty, and I am the food writer for the Times-Picayune New Orleans Advocate, the daily paper here. There is no dish in all of Louisiana, really, that says local like gumbo. Now another dish that you have to know about in New Orleans is red beans and rice. This is the classic Monday dish of New Orleans. Remember when I talked about some of the traditions of Africa and the Caribbean coming through New Orleans food? No better example than beans and rice. Now we got to talk about po' boys. Po' boys are the great sandwich of New Orleans. Everywhere seems to have their sandwich, right? You've got the grinder, the hoagie, the Philly cheesesteak, the Cuban sandwich. Well, in New Orleans, the po' boy is the sandwich that says, you're in New Orleans.
We love doing 100% virtual events, and they actually are fantastic for those that can't meet in person. But as time goes on, we're moving into hybrid events. We actually just did our first hybrid event for MPI Gulf States, and we've got 2 more on the horizon for the next couple of months. Hybrid events are a mix of an in-person event and a virtual event. It kind of doubles your work because you also have to make sure that your in-person attendees are getting as much attention and engagement as your virtual attendees. It's a lot of work, but we are very excited about it. We know this is going to be the future of events. As people move on, their in-person events will likely have a virtual element to it. So we've decided to make the investment, purchase the camera, the live streaming software. We work with broadcasting software. We have streaming microphones, the whole thing, so that we can actually service our clients for both virtual and in-person events. These hybrid events are quite the way of the future, and we're excited about it and ready to dive in. So one of the events that we're doing next month, in addition to hybrid events, is a horoscope reading for a group. These are great. It's like looking at the astrological sign and being able to see what's going to happen for the rest of 2020. The other things that we're also able to offer are horoscopes for each of the individual signs. These would be broken up into 12 breakout rooms, so attendees can then go to each of the breakout rooms and hear for their specific sign, what does the future hold for them? Take a look at what Erin Alexander, our new astrological virtual reader, has done and can offer to clients.
Hi everyone, my name is Erin Alexander and welcome to the Astrology of 2020. I'll be spending the next 15 minutes giving everyone an overview of this year, what's happened so far, where we are now, what we have to look forward to, and then throughout the rest of the sessions, I'll be addressing everything by sign and getting a little bit more into the specifics of how things might impact you based on your sun sign. So what do we have in store for Aries in 2020? Well, in September, you guys are really going to be feeling a lot of the tensions that have been building.
So more of the ways we've been able to be creative and also support our local culture bearers, artists, and musicians is a program we're calling Songs and Snacks. Songs and Snacks highlights various snacks that are sent to clients in the mail. They highlight different things that could be opened at different times during their conference. At a certain time, one of our musicians or culture bearers will come on during the virtual break. We'll do a bit of attendee engagement, ask them a few trivia questions about what's in that snack bag. And on cue, everybody opens the snack. After that, the musician can play a song and just have a nice relaxing moment for the virtual attendees to relax, enjoy some great food, hear some great music, and take a break from the conference. It's quite important during this time as well, too, to support our local musicians and our local culture bearers when they do this. You can see what we actually did with Amanda Shaw in this video.
Hey y'all, welcome MPI. My name is Amanda Shaw and I'm coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. I know you guys have been working hard on this virtual conference, but we're here to hopefully bring you a little bit of dance music. So stretch out, grab a drink and maybe your dancing shoes and come hang out with us. So Jolie Blonde is a song that most people call the Cajun national anthem. Everybody in Cajun music knows that song. People who dance love to dance to that song. It's just a really great song. I think it's just a breakup song. And Jolie Blonde, Jolie Blonde means pretty blonde.
So it's so fun hearing that great New Orleans Cajun music really gets you up and moving. And Amanda Shaw is a great culture bearer for the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana. During virtual events, it's quite hard to find a way to do CSR projects, corporate social responsibility, and really make the attendees feel like they're participating. But the one thing that people really can do to support our New Orleans musicians and culture bearers is to hire them. Right now, hiring anyone who is spent their entire life perfecting their craft is socially responsible. So turning CSR projects into simply hiring people to talk to you about their history, what they do, musicians, play music, that's actually moving forward with the program. So we encourage our clients to go ahead and book some of our wonderful entertainers. And listen to an interview that we did with Sun Pi Barnes as he talks a little bit about the Skull and Bones gang and sings a little bit about their history.
Hi, my name is Bruce Sun Pi Barnes, and I'd like to welcome you, the freshman class of Tulane University 2020 fall semester, to the city. We are the North Side, Skull and Bone Gang. We come to remind you before you die, you better get your life together. Next time you see us, it's too late to cry. Ashes to...
You can't buy your way into this world. You really can't buy your way out. You can't buy happiness. You have to generate it from the dirt, from the ground up. And that's what's going to make you feel like a full human.
into a space at St. Augustine Church, which is over in the Treme neighborhood there. And we bring honor and say prayers to our ancestors at a space called the Tomb of the Unknown Slave. We use nothing but newspaper, baling wire, maybe some deer horns or antlers that we find in the woods. In the case of this flag that you see right here, I'm honoring those chiefs that came before me, Big Al Morris, who was my chief when I started in this gang 20 years ago.
Gwendolyn Events is evolving as the events world is evolving. We are staying innovative, creative, and continuing to follow our path for great customer service and client engagement. We know that things are changing, but we are staying ahead of the game by jumping in head first and trying to focus on how to bring creativity and fun to virtual events as well too. We know that this won't always be the same, but as we move and navigate through it, we're bringing community feeling and spirit along with creativity to make sure that events are still the funnest thing to do, whether they're virtual, in person, or hybrid. Thank you so much for letting us share a little bit about our company with you, and we hope to be working with you sometime soon.